Welcome to our show entitled Reverend Pastor Robert Monroe, Vegan of the Humanitarian Church. Reverend Pastor Robert Monroe, or as he likes to be called, Pastor Rob, is the founder of the St. Francis of Assisi Parish of the Humanitarian Church, a whole food, plant-based, vegan house of worship in Erieville, New York, USA. Pastor Rob preaches a vegan sermon there every Sunday. He is also well-versed in vegan nourishment, having earned an E. Cornell certificate in plant-based nutrition, a course created by Dr. T. Colin Campbell of the China Study fame. The Humanitarian Church's mission is to introduce the whole food, plant-based diet to impoverished, unhealthy communities throughout the world so as to provide freedom from illness and cease the consumption of animal products so as to honor the commandment, "Thou shalt not kill." In 2010, at the age of 50, Pastor Robert's life changed when he suffered his third stroke. His left side was paralyzed, his left eye was blind, and he was unable to talk or walk. The doctors gave him 6 months to live. His partner at the time was a physician who convinced him to stop eating animal products, and thus he adopted a whole food plant-based diet with no sugar, salt, or oil. 26 days after becoming vegan, the paralysis of his left side was gone, his vision returned, and he stopped slurring and drooling. Not only did he fully recover, but he also became healthier than ever. 2 years after becoming vegan, he experienced a profound spiritual moment, realizing that animal flesh in the body blocks the connection to God. From this epiphany, he began his mission to advocate that everyone adopt veganism. Pastor Rob deeply regrets not having switched to plant-based living earlier and feels heavy guilt for all the animals who died due to his previous eating habits. He has decided to devote his life to God and the animals as well to make up for their deaths.
At 50 years old, if you use the math, I'm responsible for 5,000 deaths. How is it that I can face God one day? No apology can get there. So I decided to give everything to the church, live on minimal things, just food. Because I need 5,000 lifetimes to make up for the 5,000 animals that died for me to eat them. I can't create life. So the best I can do is give my life in the service of God.
His incredible spiritual realization 2 years after shifting to an animal-free diet inspired Pastor Rob to found a vegan church. His journey to establish a house of worship was not easy, but he feels that God guided and helped him to buy a church in central New York State that was built in 1821. Reverend Pastor Rob says he sees God in animals and that animals are so innocent, soft, and full of love, which is God. To him, leading a vegan lifestyle will open the gate to heaven, and he preaches this view in his sermons. Pastor Rob says, we cannot see or hear God when we still have animal flesh in our bodies. This man of the cloth believes that religious and spiritual leaders have the responsibility to lead their parishioners and followers on the right path. He thus urges these persons in high positions to follow veganism and that they ask those in their respective religious and spiritual communities to do the same. He does this by various methods, including reminding them of their duty during his Sunday vegan Mass. In a letter he wrote to religious and spiritual heads, he asked them to eat vegan for the sake of all animals, love, compassion, peace on earth, and God's sake.